to my channel. It is your girl Jay Lee. I am coming to you with another look. I use some very budget friendly products. I am doing a collaboration with, so what I want you guys to do is go ahead and jump over to her channel. Also watch her look as well. We actually picked each other's palettes out and had to make a look out of that palette. We tried to pick one that neither one of us used that often. So for me, it was the box of crayons. I got it, and it is not one that I don't dislike it, because as you can tell, I came up with a very pretty look. But it's not one that I gravitate towards to use primarily for a one look only. Like I can pick colors out of it to add to looks, but I don't really use it for one look. But today we did come up with something, so I really do like the challenge. And shout out to my girl for picking this one. Also, her link to her specific video will be down below. And if you are coming to my channel from her channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to link all the products that I use down below. If I had to pick, I think this is actually the most expensive product in the whole shebang that I use. I think everything else that I use is probably under $10. So it was a very budget-friendly look. This palette I think does retail for about 30 bucks. But if you find like a coupon code, they are always running some type of 40 to 60% off sale, so you can get it a little bit cheaper. But I'm gonna stop rambling. And if you want to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. Okay, so first I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with the Age Rewind concealer. It's by Revlon. I really like this concealer. I think it's in C1 that I did use it in. I like it. It's actually really thick. It's full coverage, and it really brightens any eyeshadow that I use it on. I don't take it all the way up to my brow bone. I actually leave it a little bit lower so that I don't have that stark white line. And I'm just taking a random brush. I think I have had this brush for probably about 2 or 3 years. I got it off Wish, but I just took a very dense brush and I blended it out. Next, I am setting this with the Airspun Loose Face Powder. You can pick this up from Walmart, Ulta, but for me, I like to set mine just because it ensures that my colors don't smudge and they are matte. The primer is matte. Next, we're going in with the box of crayons. I'm going in with the first color, Tan, and I'm going to use that at the top just to transition back into more of a skin-like transition from my eyebrow bone down to my eyelid. So once again, we don't have that stark white color. Next, I'm going in with purple, and I'm going to pack that into my crease. I am actually using the Ruby Kiss. I think it's a Ruby, yeah, it's a Ruby eye brush. They don't have a number on it, but I did get it in an Ipsy bag, and I actually really do like it to work in my crease. It works very, very well. I also like the BH Cosmetics 105 brush. That is a very, very good brush to pack colors into your crease, because you can pack it and also blend it out. Right now you see me using the Wet n Wild Fluffy blending brush, and you can pick these up from Dollar General. I go in there every so often to buy a bunch of them. Next, I'm going in with the pink, and I'm going to pack that in as well. And that one, I'm actually using the BH Cosmetics 105 brush. And I like it because they give me, I can place the foundation exactly where I want it to go. It's pointed so it's not all over the place, but it's also fluffy enough that I can still blend with the brush. Now I'm going back in with a little bit of purple to blend and mesh those two colors in so that the purple isn't so muted, and I'm going back and forth between purple and the pink. And I'm raising that pink up just as far as I want it to go. And I would say the biggest thing is to blend, blend, blend. Next, I am going to conceal my eyelids, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the color C1, which is the lightest that they do have. And I am also using a Wet n Wild flat brush to cut my crease. And I started doing, I was going to wing it out, but then you'll see that I did change my mind about actually winging out this shadow. I actually like this flat brush because it's very precise as well, and it's easy to handle. It's not big, and I can actually maneuver and work it the way I need to without going too high. Next, I'm going in with the blue. I love this blue. It's so shimmery, guys. It is so smooth. You have no idea. And some of them actually do irritate my eye. I think that one's baby blue. But the glare in it doesn't irritate my eye at all. And I did not have to wet my brush when I placed it on my eye at all. And to place it, I'm using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 9. Next, I'm going in with the plum just to deepen up the outer corner. That's why I said I changed my mind. Instead of doing it all the way out, I wanted to smoke out my outer eye. And blending is key. Next, I am going in with my tried and true favorite liquid eyeliner, which is the Wet n Wild eyeliner. Is it me, or does anybody else have this issue? Every time you put on liner, you want to blink? I don't think there's any time that I don't put on a liquid liner that I don't have the urge to blink 101 times. Next, I am going in with the CoverGirl Super Sizer Fibers, a mascara. I normally use this on my lower lashes, but today I actually use it on my upper lashes just because the lashes I put on were not as thick. And I used some lashes that I got out of a BoxyCharm. So I am not exactly sure of the cost of them, and I put them on offline, but they were the House of Lashes. Next, I am going to be priming my face with a few different primers. One, the Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Primer, and then I'm also going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Now, you guys do not have to use this much primer, but I do leave my foundation on for a very, 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 very long time throughout the day, and I don't always blot, and I have extremely oily skin, so I actually do use a considerable amount, as well as this primer is pretty moisturizing as well. And then I'll just put a little bit of the poreless primer on as well in the places where my pores are a little bit larger than I would like. Next, I went back to an old but yet goodie foundation that I hadn't used in a while, which is the NYX Total Control foundation, and my color is Mocha TCDF 19, and I am just using a BS Mall flat face brush to actually put that on. And I like this foundation because it's light, it looks like skin, and I do not have to color correct when I use it because boy, you guys look at it, it is full coverage. But it's yet light and it looks like my skin. Like you really can't even tell that I don't have any on my forehead yet. I just love this foundation. Next, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild. Excuse me. I'm going with the Wet n Wild concealer, the Photo Focus, and my shade is 845B Dark Cocoa. It also is very budget friendly as well. So for my ladies who are in college, in high school, just for those who just don't have a whole lot of money to be out here spending, that one is a good one. I am going to contour with the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shape Stick. It's an espresso. I actually did, it's normally $12.99, but I did catch it on sale at clearance at Ulta for $2.99. So I will tell you ladies, the best thing I know is to actually try out those clearance bins when you're out looking for makeup, because they really, you can find some good finds in there. Next, I'm just using a fish brush that I found, I think, at Family Dollars, to blend out my contour. And I actually like to allow my concealer to sit just a little bit to dry down, especially when I'm using one that is not mattifying. And the Wet n Wild is not a mattifying concealer, so I let it sit for a little while to dry down before I blend it out, and it makes it even more full coverage and it stays. So next I am going in with another BH small, I'm sorry, I said BH, it's BS small brush. It's called the Face Tapered Brush, and I am just going to blend out all the places I set that concealer. I like this brush because it gets in all of the little cracks and crevices. I'm actually also going to use the C13 and Makeup Revolution just in the corners, just to brighten up those corners just a little bit. Because I like a more natural highlight personally. I know some people like theirs to be brighter, but I like a more natural highlight. And I like my under eyes, if I'm sleepy, just to be a tad bit brighter. Next, I'm going to take and blend out with an angled flat brush from BS Malls. I'm going to take and blend out and merge all the concealer, the foundation, and highlight together. Next, I'm going to set my under eye and everywhere I highlighted with the Fit Me, Maybelline Fit Me powder in 35 Deep. I like this because it actually does not have a flashback. It's not too bright. It's very good for an everyday look. I'm going to use the same brush that I blended out the concealer with to set that with. And I don't bake. Normally I just sort of press it into my skin. And just then you'll see I had too much powder on there, so I had to shake some of it out of the brush. And I'm going to go slightly under my contour. And now I'm actually going in and I am pressing in, I think I'm using e.l.f. Yeah, I am. I'm using e.l.f. pressed powder, and it's in Toffee. And next I'm going to go in with the Black Radiance True Contour Palette. And I use the medium to dark. I do have the dark to deep, but I really like the medium to dark. And I'm going to use their contour shade. And I will occasionally use the Sculpt as well. But on my nose, I just sort of use whatever's left on the brush versus hitting it. I do put it under my lip so that it gives a little bit more definition to my lip. Next, I am going to line my under eye with, I think it's a Sally's Beauty Loach crayon brush. It's in blue. And I got it from off a clearance rack. It was about 69 cents. Then we're going to go ahead and go into my under eye. And I'm just going to use a small tight brush. And I am using an angle brush from Real Techniques. I am so sorry, guys. Yes, I'm using a Real Techniques brush. Next, I am going into my inner corner, and I am using the gold in the palette to go into my inner corner. And I am going back in, just blending out that dark purple, the deep plum, I'm sorry, that I used under my eye. And I'm going to put a little mascara down on my bottom lashes just so they can be seen just a little bit. Next, I'm going to actually go in with the Maybelline Master Highlight by Face Studio. It's a highlighting blush. And I'm going to do 40 Mauve. I really love this as a everyday get up and go because it's not too bright. And I can do 2 in 1. Next, I'm going to use the NYX setting spray. I love this stuff. I think it's about $8.50, but normally you can get it at Ulta. Buy one, get one 40% off. If I'm not using that, I also use the Morphe spray. I had to get some of that powder off my shirt, y'all. But the Morphe spray is about $16 as well. Next, I am going to go in with the CoverGirl Melting Pot Matte, and it is in Systemic Impulsion 330. I think I picked this up at Walmart. I really like it. It's matte. It stays on my lips for a while. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to jump over and check out the other young lady that I collaborated with. And comment down below any looks you'd like to see, your thoughts if you used any of the products that I used. And follow me on my other social media sites, so when I'm not on YouTube, you can still keep up with what I have going on. And please make sure, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so below. As well as I've attached another video for you to watch. So see you in the next one.